You are listening to Dad's Bet Baseball, the official team preview for the Colorado Rockies, and it is brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, hofbets.com. If you are watching this, we have a QR code. If you are not, you could listen. You could use the code DADS. You get 50% off the first month, 7-day free trial. We love it. We use it. If you tune into the show, you get to see us learn how to use it. Hall of Fame Bets, hofapp.com, and away we go. CJ, we're here. We made it.
We made it, baby. It feels like baseball season already. I'm so pumped.
What, with the 2 feet of snow outside?
Yeah, it does actually. If anything, baseball is the only thing that was keeping me. I listened to like 3 episodes of our show or Talking Baseball on Sunday, shoveling 3.5 hours worth of snow. So I'm looking at it that way. More chance. Talk about a dad move. Snow coming down, easy way for you to get out and get some time to yourself and listen to baseball podcasts.
I could listen to us talk about baseball. I could listen to myself talk about baseball all day.
So could I. Don't feel vain at all on that bad.
So this is the first one, guys. Here's how we're gonna do these. We're gonna be trying to fire these all off. They are not live. We have guests that are coming for some other ones. But we're going to kick this one off. We're going to kick, honestly, this off with some of the teams that we are not really high on. So we will go through it. And this one might sound different than the second one, but we're going to kick it off right now. Let's start with your Colorado Rockies.
Rockies, yeah.
Your Colorado Rockies, who last year, 61 and 101. I would say they had a runaway worst record, but they didn't, because the Marlins were right there. The Angels were right there. And the White Sox actually... no, this is 2024. My bad.
No, I was going to say, wait a minute. They did not win 61 games last year.
Terrible start, but it's fine. Your Colorado Rockies did have the worst record in baseball, 43 and 119. They finished 50 games back in the division, and they had a run differential of minus 424.
You know what's so bad? I asked AI really prior to these episodes to have like a quick summary, and I thought when you said 61, I was like, "Oh my god, this is not gonna get off to a good start." And then I looked, I'm like, actually, Adam's the idiot. He had way more wins, and AI actually had it corrected 43. But so
let's
what a dog shit team this was.
Notable acquisitions: Michael Lorenzen, 1-year deal; Jake McCarthy in that trade with the D-backs. Kind of like that. Something I might want to talk about. Notable subtractions: Orlando Arcia, famous 8-1 hitter.
Yes, I was about to say, didn't we have a dong?
He had the best home runs we've ever called.
Yes.
And Michael Toglia, who you and I really like a lot, and has always felt like a Cincinnati Red. Well, he is now a Cincinnati Red.
Trading one great hitter's ballpark for another.
For another one, that's right. All right, so tell me something. What do you remember about this team from last year? Just could be betting, could be whatever.
I remember obviously there's 2 things I remember with this team, which is the fact that they were challenging the White Sox, who had set the previous worst record in baseball history. It looked very early on that could happen. And then the second thing I remember, I weirdly had bet like some team total overs on them later in the year where we were kind of getting some like good value. I weirdly remember a series I was heavily invested in them where I think they swept the Marlins. I have to go back and look at their schedule, but I remember betting on them quite a bit for that. Otherwise, that's really all I remember, besides a few people at the beginning of the year throwing their hands up saying this is awful for baseball. The Rockies are a disgrace, and they're probably going to be one of the reasons why we're locked out next year, anyways. So, just pointing that out.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't really remember much about this team. I think I remember Kyle Friedland. Maybe I would be backing it at certain times, but generally speaking, every time this would come up, I would go to Handygrass and say, "Oh wow, this is great." I can't believe we didn't mention this. Meatball Senzatella. That was always that was definitely something that I do remember with this team. So I mean, what is the out? So
they did sweep the Marlins, by the way, for early June. They had one season sweep. They had a 4-game winning streak. That was their longest win streak of the season.
They did. I'm looking right now. So I'm looking right now on Handigraphs at like their pitching. We're in off-season mode on Handigraphs. It's a lot of blue. Seeing if
Not
there's
great,
anything.
Bob.
Not great, Bob. Just lot of blue. Kyle Friedland though led the team in innings pitched. Pretty low walk rate. Lorenzen looks like he should be a Colorado Rockies pitcher. All of their starters are the exact same. They all have expected ERAs in the 5s and actual ERAs in the 6s. They all have very high home runs per 9. And then
Wasn't there something with
batters,
Aaron Savali in this team too, or like he refused to be traded there? I want to say there was like a storyline with this too, but
no, didn't he refuse? Did he refuse the White Sox?
it was the White
No.
Sox. No,
Yeah,
it was the
that's
White
what- yeah.
Sox, not the Rockies. Okay,
Yeah. So, and then
mistake by him on his part.
And then looking at their team, I'm just looking through and just seeing, are there any guys in here that we just remember backing? It was just so hard to really trust anything on this team. Zico Tovar, 322 BABIP. It's pretty good. Jordan Beck had a 351 BABIP. A lot of these guys had pretty solid balls in play, and then they all had K rates that were astronomical. It looks like the lowest K rate of their everyday players was Orlando Arcia with 22%. So I don't know. Okay, what kind of outlook do you have for this team?
I mean, I don't think there's much of an outlook for this team other than
Shortest preview episode ever, by the way.
They're gonna suck. So
yeah,
we can probably move on to the next team pretty quickly. I mean, yeah, there's really nothing good or exciting about this team, I guess. Yeah, and what's crazy to me about the Rockies is that you would think with as bad as the Rockies have been, their farm system would at least be like up and coming, maybe not elite, but certainly like very good. Do you want to guess how many top 100 prospects this team has? Like, it's not even like you can really get excited about that.
They're really bad. I mean, I have the number in front of me, and it's
okay. It's two. It's two.
It's very, very low.
It's Ethan Holiday from the Holiday Tree and Charlie Condon.
Who's not going to be there for quite some time, by the way.
No, Holiday is a single A player. I mean, he is a top 25 prospect, but then Condon is still double A.
Charlie Condon,
and that's it.
Yeah, and nobody else is. Charlie Condon's also fringe on the 100 list from what I've seen too.
And you know what? The thing is with them, they can't really get a lot of great prospects because they have nobody of value really to trade. Like that's the other problem is that you can't really build your farm system other than I guess obviously through the draft, but that trade that they made for Ryan McMahon last year that ended up going to the Yankees, which I guess he was okay there, but wasn't really a big get for them in that trade either. It's not like they got really any prospects that are exciting that are in that top 100 either. So I think this team, so right now, if we move over to their win total this season, and I'm just going to
by the way, their
year-over-year,
we should also point out their year-over-year difference in wins, because I was looking at the wrong thing. They went from 61 wins 2 years ago to 43 last year. They had
243, so 18 worse.
18 win drop.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I think the win total by the market is kind of aligned there. Like it's 52.5 is what the total is. I believe your total is what, 50 for this team? So that's like pretty.
Well, their Pythag was the exact same as how many wins they had last year. 44.
Oh,
that's how bad this team was. That's awful.
It's also amazing to me, by the way, that this team had if you go to Baseball Savant, this is there's literally, I'm sorry, if you're a Rockies fan, like I wish I could tell you something good, but it's just all bad news. They were the 8th worst team by exit velocity. By expected slug, they were the 3rd worst team, bottom 7% in the league. That's notable because, again, they play half their games at one of the most hitter-friendly ballparks. Not the most hitter-friendly ballpark, which is a little bit of a misnomer. People kind of associate Coors with that. But when you're that bad in some of those batted ball metrics and you have that favorable of conditions for a park for 81 games of the year, that is like, that's saying something. That's pretty god awful.
I'm just looking at so I'm taking their batters right now and I'm going to their pull rate. Surely this team has great pull rates. They don't. Hunter Goodman might be someone who we end up backing, but it's kind of hard because, again, looking at these guys, the highest WAR of any player on their team is Tovar with 3, and
Yep.
Moniak, former number 1 pick, by the way, is 0.9 WAR. Team is bad. Hunter Goodman 2.3. So everybody, by the way, everybody there. So we talked this about. Well, so let's talk about this. So the top 6 guys in their order: 25% K rate, 25% K rate, 26% K rate, 28% K rate, 20% K rate, 26% K rate, and then we get to Willie Castro, who is a 22% K rate. And then
who has the best expected ERA of any of their starters, by the way, because he came in for a position inning last year. And
that's right. That's
he is their leader in expected ERA.
16%. I saw that. I was like, well, did you notice one of our other things, like Isaiah Connor Felifa comes up as like as a pitcher because he pitched one thing. Anyway, 16% K rate for Jake McCarthy. So I don't know what this team doesn't have anybody to give. It doesn't really. I don't know what they're gonna do. I guess moving towards. I guess our outlook for them is poor. And their win total, the market, we're seeing 52.5. Do you like the over or the under there?
I mean, I would take the under if I'm betting. I don't see a reason
these
really
aren't
to
these
bet
aren't
this,
so
though,
when we do this,
but...
this is since we're workshopping this first one, it's gonna be the short one, guys. If you want to bet it, it could be a bet, but like it's over or under on their win total, 52.5.
I would take the under. If I'm betting this, I'm taking the under. I think also, just for your own sanity, betting the over this would be like betting the final round of a major and you're just holding that ticket with a guy that's like just about to crack the top 5 or something the entire day. It would just be this like torture chamber for the entire, but expand that for the entire season, because every single win is going to matter so much for that ticket. So yeah, I don't have anything to say other than that. I mean, I guess like player wise, you kind of went through it already. Hunter Goodman is the only guy that like even really pops at 118 WRC plus. That's fine. If you go and you look at the
31 home runs last year, man, 31.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the RBI leaders, like I was actually trying to play this game of how many Rockies can I find in a leader or award market? Are there any? Like, can I count that on my finger of how many have been added? I think Goodman is the only one that you'll find. He's 150 to 1 for RBI leader. He is 150 to 1 for home run leader, which I think they're just going to literally set this at that number. And then the only other thing I'm looking at here is I think for 35 plus home runs, you can get him at 3 to 1, which is just a bad price.
What's his, I'm just looking about Hunter Goodman. I'm assuming, so first of all, he has 2 option years left. So they're absolutely going to, they should absolutely trade him. If I told you that Hunter Goodman was traded to San Diego Padres or a team that needs that could use a catcher, would you be interested in his home run total for the season?
No.
Okay. Are you interested at all? Is he the closest that you get to like being interested? I mean, by the way, Jordan Beck is batting cleanup on this team. That's
yes.
He has a 0.6. He had a 0 in the 89 WRC plus and a 0.6 WAR.
Hunter Goodman is definitely the only person on this team that I'm interested in betting like day to day or anything. I mean, 18.6% on home run to fly ball for how many plate appearances did Goodman have last year? 579. Like that's good. Like that is slugging 520. That's in the top probably 20% at least of the league. Like 843 OPS. Like don't short him. He's definitely a good player.
That K rate
But it's like
is
also,
bad.
I mean, he had an 843 OPS and a 243 ISO, and he still only hit 31 home runs. Something. What am I missing on that? And a
He swings at
46.9%
every
hard hit
outside
rate.
pitch. That's one of them. He can't make contact.
Can't
His
make
pull rate's
contact. There's
pull rate's
that's
really
it.
good.
Yeah.
His pull rate's
So
really good.
I don't
Pull rate's
know.
50%.
That's really all I got on this team.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
think I'm in
that
the same boat as you. It's just that we so we both like under wins on this. Let's take it. So your Colorado Rockies under 52.5 wins. We both agree, and we have no additional plays on anyone on this team. However, we would back on a day-to-day basis Hunter Goodman.
yes.
Okay.
And look for those batter Ks when those
Batter
are posted.
Ks.
Hopefully that market. This is a team that you're gonna want to look to add some guys.
That
every
is
day.
good. All right, great. So, all right. So for CJ and for Spencer, that is the Colorado Rockies Dad's Bet Baseball Team Preview brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Use code DADS. Stick around. Listen to all of these. If you're listening right now on wherever you find podcasts, give us likes, reviews, all that stuff. But one team down.